Have you ever wished to be an actor and experience the glory of success? Have you ever wondered what an actor's life is like and what it takes to make the most out of their productions? Today's guest will share with us some of the challenges of this art and his experience in the magical world of theater. The Humanities Mass Communication Department at Norwalk Community College presents Person to Person with your host, Brooke Cirillo. What inspired you to become an actor?
What inspired me to become an actor? So I was really into music, and when I went to my high school, there was no music program. I started off working backstage for that. My sister was in them, and I started off working backstage and helping out with the tech and lights and the sound and stuff. And then.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of Person to Person. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, and operating cameras to make this the best TV show that we can. Our guest today is an actor who has participated in many different productions and plays since he was 5 years old. Today he will tell us about his interesting career and experience. We would like you to meet our guest today, John Schul.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Pleasure to be here.
So John, can you tell us a little bit about how you started acting and when your first time on stage was?
Well, so my first time on stage was not as an actor, it was as an MC. I was 5 years old.
Wow.
My mother was directing a production of, it was something along the lines of Where the Wild Things Are, and I was actually, I really wanted to be a cheetah, and cheetahs what everyone wanted to be, but of course my mother was directing, so I ended up the MC. My first time on stage as an actor was a production of Oliver when I was in high school.
Awesome.
I played the character of Bill Sykes. He was like the bad guy who kind of, he was like one of the cronies, I suppose, and he kind of, all the kids were scared of me. Like before they even met me, they all thought I was a worst person, so it was fun.
Awesome. So what's the best part about being an actor?
I think the best part about being an actor is that you can be a completely different person on stage. You can take your character and completely engulf yourself in that person, and you can be anything you want. Really, you can as an actor, you can take a character and just make it your own, which I think is my favorite part of acting.
Wow. What's the hardest part of your job?
Most of my work is stage work, so it's live production. So I think the hardest part is memorizing all the lines. Trying to remember everything, like, because when you're doing a play, you have to do lines have to be exact. You can't just make them up; they have to be exactly as they are. So that's probably the hardest part for me. I think music is not too hard, the dancing is not too hard, but remembering the lines for sure.
Definitely. What has been one of your best productions and why?
One of my best productions. So when I was in college, I did a production of The Wild Party. I played the character Eddie. He was a fighter, a pugilist, and he was a little dull. So it was a fun character to play because you had to kind of, had to completely make myself an imbecile. But there's actually a video here of it. You can watch it and it's me singing with my friend.
You have a good voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your most recent production?
Most recent production, okay. Well, the most recent production I was in was actually an original play by Rachel Schulte. She's a playwright in Stanford. But this video here is from one I did in May of last year. It was Mary Poppins, and I played the part of George Banks.
Oh wow.
Hasn't broken, a man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly can the factory open? Thank you, sir. Thank you. You won't regret this.
That's awesome. So how has acting helped you in your personal life?
My personal life? Well, acting has definitely helped me to be more confident. Being on stage in front of hundreds of people definitely can be nerve-wracking, but once you've done it a couple times, it's a lot easier to speak in front of people, to do kind of anything where I have to be confident or be, yeah. It just helps definitely build confidence for the most, that's probably the biggest thing that acting has done for me.
Great. And what are your plans for the future?
So I've been doing a little bit of directing, and I really like that a lot. So I'm looking to kind of get more into the directing side of it. I was directing some middle school musicals, and I really enjoyed that. And it's really fun to kind of work with the younger people and kind of help them to develop their craft. So I think that's something that I'd like to do a little more of in the future.
Well, awesome.
For sure.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Today we got to meet a performer with an interesting career who has shared with us his experience as an actor and how he has succeeded in his path. We would like to thank John for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
We hope you enjoyed learning about acting and theater, and we hope you'll continue to join us for our next show. Thank you and have a great day.
This has been Person to Person with your host Brooke Cirillo, directed by Jennifer Rios. Person to Person is a Nowhere Community College student production.